Lok Sabha 2024, 102 seats at stake here. 16.6 crore voters had the chance to take the right stand. The right stand in the interest of Bharat. The right stand is to go and cast their ballot, their mandate. Have they done so overwhelmingly? The reports indicate across the country that there has been a significant voter turnout into the 70s in many of the states and many of the seats, which is highly encouraging, especially in places like the Northeast and, surprise, surprise, ladies and gentlemen, Tamil Nadu, and we'll talk about it. But let's try and understand why this is significant. 16.6 crore voters casting their ballot on the first phase of Lok Sabha 2024. This battle for Bharat gets underway. A total of 97 crore voters who will cast their ballot across the 7 phases. 1/6 of those voters were going into the first phase, which has a maximum number of seats. And this is where the BJP is not defending more, it's actually got to make more ingress. 16.6 crore had the chance to go vote, ladies and gentlemen. Go vote is also a campaign here at CNN News 18, urging everybody to go and cast their mandate. Then what? The next story, as we look at it, the big story, the big focus is on the state of Tamil Nadu, where 39 seats were up for grabs. 39 seats where the BJP largely is zero, ladies and gentlemen. The last time around, they were part of the NDA, an alliance with the AIADMK. That alliance did score, but the BJP did not score big in Tamil Nadu, and also the 40th seat of Puducherry. All of that up for grabs. How much will they make an ingress here? Because this is critical. This is critical to set the tone for the remaining phases, because this is where the biggest push happened in the run-up to phase 1. A ballot, also a referendum on the new alliances that have been stitched. Strike or not fight in Tamil Nadu. The INDI alliance, all of them coming together. What's on, what's not. Blow hot, blow cold equations. Regional Chhatraps also wanting to protect their turf while having national ambitions. Again, 400 par. This is the start. And well begun is half done. Out of these 102, the last time around, the BJP had 39. Can they improve their strike rate and get up to 60 seats here? There are 36 seats which were neither won by the DMK, Congress or the BJP in 2019. How much of a dent is the BJP going to make in those 36 and increase their strike rate? They're contesting 67, 17 more than last time, if my memory serves me right. So all of this will set the course, will set the narrative, ladies and gentlemen, of this 400 par dream that's being pushed. Because in a lot of the other phases, BJP is already maxed out. They're actually defending. They don't have to make too much of ingress in most of the other phases. Yes, there are some other places which have not yet been tested, but the biggest test was the state of Tamil Nadu. Is that going to happen? We'll have to wait and watch. Has the PM South push had an impact? Has Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his Doot on ground, Annamalai, have they really made a dent and gone to the voter who has been so far dispassionate, disinterested in the voting process? Have they been also able to wean away a lot of people who are looking for an alternative from the Dravidian ideology? Big question. And of course, the big whole election showdown, phase 1 holds the key. The opposition gaining momentum, or the BJP saying, we are rolling on. This juggernaut is not stopping. This tone will be set as the final numbers settle by about 9 p.m. by the time we wind up this edition of The Right Stand, ladies and gentlemen. But the numbers that are coming in so far, 6 p.m. numbers, 7 p.m. numbers, very, very encouraging as far as the voter is concerned, the voter's perspective is concerned. Let's quickly also take a check as to what's happened. The stars have stepped out to vote, and this is encouraging to see, especially in Tamil Nadu, from Dhanush to Rajnikant to Kamal Hassan, Sadhguru and Ajit. There you have so many other, all of them stepping out. Surya was there. Everybody stepped out to vote. They all, A.R. Rahman came to vote. All of them stepping out to vote and trying to tell the people, we are exercising our right, we are doing our duty, will you do so too? And look what's happened. Till about 5 p.m., it looked like Tamil Nadu is going to disappoint. It's going to be way below the overall national average. But in 2 hours, there's been a phenomenal surge, an uptake in terms of the number of voters who have come out to vote. And that means that there is a message that will come out. Is it going to be the Rivayati parties, or is it going to be a little different? We will have to wait and watch. Let's see. We've got Nalin Mehta, Swapan Gupta joining us. We'll have other guests also going across. But there has been a war of words too. But first, let's just take you through seat-wise and show you how Tamil Nadu has seen a surge this year in terms of the voter percentage. And if we can take those numbers, we've just got those numbers updated and it's come updated from 7 p.m. Let's have a look at those numbers if we can. Yes. Now let you go. Kanyakumari, it was 69.8% the last time around. It is 70.15% this time. So again, there is a bump up by about 0.5% at least, but there is. The last time's average has been maintained. It's more this time around. Let's move to the next across the seats. Tamil Nadu and in Coimbatore, 71.17%. Nearly 72% in Coimbatore, whereas it was 63.9% the last time around. So this is big, ladies and gentlemen. This is big. From 64 to 72, and 8% uptake is big. Ranganathapuram, the next one, Ramanathapuram. Let's look at Ramanathapuram. Again, the BJP is in challenger mode here. And 71.5%. Again, a 3% up from the last time around. Let's look at the next constituency, Toothukudi or Tuticorin. 70.93, that is nearly 71%. And it was 69.4 the last time. Again, about a 2% uptake there. Sivagangai, 71.05 compared to 69.9. Again, an uptick there. So more voters have come out to vote. Tirunelveli sees 70.46 compared to 67.2% the last time around. Again, an uptick. Let's look at Tirupur. The next, Tirupur also 72.02%. 1% down from last time, but somewhere close in the hunt. So should this number settle to be higher, we have to wait, because till the last person in that queue cast their ballot, the polling station will be open, although no new person will be allowed post 6 p.m. Tenkasi again 71.06% compared to 71.4%, so mirroring the last time around. So Chennai South, let's look at Chennai South. Chennai South is 11% up. Chennai South is 11% up from last time around, 57.1% and 67.82%. This is going to be signaling a change, ladies and gentlemen. Something's happening here in Chennai South. Let's look at an 8% up. 8% up from the last time around, 59% and 67.35%. Chennai North, let's look at this. Again, a 5% uptake. 69.26 this time compared to 64.2, and this is only at 7 p.m. So these numbers will further go up. They won't come down because some postal ballots will come. And of course, the final numbers will be aggregated around right as we speak, and we should get a fresh update then. So let's go across. So again, Nalin Mehta, Swapan Das Gupta with us in the studio. Ajay Alok, national spokesperson of the BJP, should be joining us. Tehseen Poonawalla with us. Tausif Ahmed Khan with us. And we should also have Suman C. Raman. Now, Nalin Mehta, as you're looking at the numbers, Swapanji, as you're looking at these numbers, are you enthused? Are you encouraged?
Well, I'm encouraged on two counts.
Ji.
Number one, of course, it brings in the degree of uncertainty in the results, because if there's such a change, there's bound to be. Secondly, I think far more important at this point, we can say, is that there was a narrative going around, which is that democracy in India is actually a farce. That there has been a truncation, a backsliding of democracy. If there is any one state which has very conclusively demolished such an absurd and self-serving theory, it is Tamil Nadu, and I think the voting results.
Nalin Mehta?
I totally agree with Swapan, and in fact, the percentage increases in Tamil Nadu that we are seeing in constituency after constituency, and the real gaps are in the Chennai constituencies. Typically, when you have this kind of an upsurge, it represents a new, it represents a different kind of. It is not status quo then, right?
Yeah.
Now, what it means in terms of seats and so on, we have to see which way that wind is blowing. But something interesting is happening here for sure. I think what the BJP has done is that while it's never been a force in Tamil Nadu, it has brought a new narrative to Tamil Nadu politics, a post-Periyar kind of politics beyond the old Dravidian ideology, which was defined both ADMK and
Annamalai, Vanakkam, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you, sir.
You're live, sir. We are live on the show. I couldn't resist giving you a call and checking with you. What's the feedback on ground? We're given to see the latest numbers, about 72% vote share, voter turnout in Coimbatore.
Sir, one, I think with all humility, we are very happy that the people of Tamil Nadu have turned out in large numbers. Generally, the urban areas are normally the culprit areas in Tamil Nadu. This time, you see Coimbatore from 63 to 72%. Chennai has gone up by 10 percentage points just like that, sir. And Madurai, Tirunelveli and all urban areas, big swing. We're extremely happy and delighted. Of course, rural parts of Tamil Nadu, as usual, they voted out in big numbers. But we're extremely happy with the initial ground level reports. And we have been consistent that BJP will be close to 25%, NDA will be 35%, and the seats will be in double digit. We will deliver it on June 4th because it is Modi ji's magic in the ground. And everywhere, beneficiaries turned out in huge numbers. And people who want Modi ji to continue for 5 more years, they turned out in huge numbers. And the anger against DMK was palpable. We could see the tables outside the polling booths where DMK was. And we are extremely confident that June 4th will be a historic chapter in Tamil Nadu's political history. Tamil Nadu will surely move away from the post-Dravidian politics, and that will be an important marker. 70 years Tamil Nadu has waited, and June 4th will herald the new arrival, a civilizational revival, resurgence. Thanks to our Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji, not only politically, sir, culturally also. Tamil Nadu is waiting for one leader who could awaken culturally, spiritually us, and the Honorable Prime Minister has done it, and we are truly grateful for that. I might sound confident today, but the numbers speak for it. And we are reading clear trends on the ground, and June 4th will be historic for us, sir.
Well, all the best to you on that, but what changed between Anjumani to Edumani? What happened there, sir?
So generally, that is the time, especially in urban areas, people normally come out to vote. You will see a good increase in the morning, good increase in the evening. That's how generally the change makers come. They come in 2 waves. One in the morning. Morning was fantastic, more than normal. Evening was absolutely incredible, extraordinary. And frankly speaking, sir, people did not take this as an ordinary election. And people took this as a very important election, a civilizational glory, a cultural renewal. As I said, it wanted a leader like Narendra Modi ji to make it happen, just to awaken people, just to tell people that he is there. And today it has happened, sir, because you have to understand 2019, when they manufactured the anti-Modi wave, that they felt is the peak of Tamil Nadu, anti-Modi wave, we have manufactured, it is there. You see that and today. And it is all, no sir, we are truly happy, and we are extremely grateful for Modi ji, his visits, his motivation, his belief, and more importantly, the people of Tamil Nadu's confidence with Modi ji. And it will be historic, sir.
நீங்க வந்து சொன்னீங்க 1 lakh voters are missing, BJP cadre are missing from the voter list. Is that true?
Yes, sir, it is true. Because Dravidian politics, especially DMK kind of politics, they are extremely savvy. And they use 6 months before the election to delete, and they do all kinds of things. And this is despite that. We have to understand this is despite that, sir. And they've done every tricks in the book. They stopped buses from running. They reduced buses. And many places the polling was very deliberate. They took approximately one vote to happen. It took about a minute and a half in some places. And many places DMK did Galata for the first time in Tamil Nadu, in Coimbatore. Normally we don't see DMK doing Galata. They coming, blowing their game book. But we are pretty confident. We know this will happen. And we were hoping that people have to see this and come out beyond it. And today people have made sure that we are going to come out beyond it. Whatever they do, you could check the data. Complete urban buses, they shut it down. And husband polling booth will be A, wife's polling booth will be 5 kilometers away. Just like that juggling, they don't want a single person to vote in 2 places. And if your reporter is on the ground, if you're seeing this, to complete, they made whatever, but still people travel. People complain that travel to polling booths, they check their name, and still they voted. Because this election, that extra motivation was there, sir. And they wanted to stand with Modi ji, and they did it today.
Sir, final question. I know you're in the thick of things. Beyond Kovai, are there any successes that you're looking for the BJP?
No, sir. We are looking at all successes. Chennai, we are looking at a good sweep. Normally, when I say this, people will say, oh, Chennai sweep, it is DMK's fortress. But you mark my words, sir. Central Chennai and South Chennai will be historic. North Chennai has done extremely well. And Tirunelveli, Kanyakumari, all the southern belts have done phenomenally well. Tanjavur is 1 seat, which we are hoping and we are praying that we are going to enter into the Delta. And the North Tamil Nadu looks very good. And overall, sir, a very, very impressive turnout. Overall, we could see one Dravidian party's vote completely shifting to BJP. I don't want to take a name because I don't want to get into one more controversy. I'm waiting for June 4th to let the facts prove.
Right.
And one side voting has completely happened, shifted to BJP. Urban voters have turned up in good numbers. People who don't vote, now people have taken trouble to come from different parts of the world to Chennai, to all the urban cities. And you will see, sir, it will be a great beginning for Tamil Nadu.
Right. Interestingly, that Dravidian party you've not named at all throughout your campaign. so that you continue to hold that line. Thank you very much, Annamalai. It's good
Thank
to
you,
speak
sir.
with you. All the
Thank you,
very
sir.
best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Namaste, sir.
Thank you. So that was Annamalai. Couldn't resist giving it a shot. He must have been in the thick of things, but that's what he's saying. He's saying there is a surge. There are numbers which are phenomenal, especially when he mentions Chennai South, Chennai Central, Chennai North. There are significant uptake, 5%, 10%, 9% uptake in terms of the voter turnout. That has to mean something. To all, I will open it up to our other panelists also. But yes, Swapanji, I interrupted you, Nalin, when I got through to him. Yes, please complete.
So, what I was saying was that one of the things the BJP has done, in the past when it rose in West Bengal or in Telangana also separately, there it was the party of the anti-establishment. Everybody was against Mamata. The left collapsed. The BJP rose at that point. In Tamil Nadu, BJP is doing a very different thing. In Tamil Nadu, it's playing a much larger ideological challenge to the older template of Dravidian politics, which has never been kind of broken by, which has defined both ADMK and DMK. So it's almost in some ways fighting for the next election, but creating the basis for that and also it has harked back to Tamil culture and Tamil history to create this narrative, and this narrative has been fronted by the Prime Minister nationally, not just in Tamil Nadu.
Correct. And not just that, there seems to be a constituency or a group of voters who are either disaffected, as far as the Dravidian ideology is concerned, or those who never wanted to be part of the voting process because they didn't have something that drove them, and there has to be a fresh group of voters coming in.
These numbers that is difficult to understand because by conventional psephology. Because see, in 2014 and certainly in 2014 and 19, the number of new voters that came in, that was pretty much synonymous with the increase in the BJP vote share. There was a clear correlation between that, right? Now, what we are seeing in state after state, when the newer voters are voting differently from previous generation. The same, for example, in UP, younger Jats are voting differently from older Jats, including and so are Jat women. So now that's what happened in 2022. Now, if the new voters, some of this seems to be driven by new voters. If they are breaking out of the older mold, you might see something interesting here.
Right, let's just throw it open across. Ajay Alokji, thank you for your patience. Tehseen Poonawala, Tausif Khan and Sumant Raman. We'll try and go across to Sumant Raman too. Sumant Raman?
Yes, Anand.
Has your point of view changed over the last hour?
No, I don't think my point of view has changed. Look, I'll let me give you a little example. Mr. Annamalai just now mentioned about a big change in Chennai seats. Like I said, vote share improvement will happen for the BJP. But look, Chennai Central was won by a margin of 3 lakh plus votes, and Chennai North was won by a margin of 4 lakh plus votes by the DMK in 2019. And these are not margins which are easy to overturn. So it's not like, where the margins may have been 30, 40, 50,000 votes and that could be potentially overcome. These are massive margins in a bastion of the DMK. So when he talks of Chennai, I see it as an aspiration to improve vote share, which is going to happen. For instance, in Chennai Central and Chennai South, I strongly have believed that the BJP candidate will finish second in both those places, push the AIADMK down to third. Chennai North, the AIADMK candidate will finish second. But these are things which are so part of a long-term plan of improving their vote share, which is what the BJP is looking at. So 2024, as I see it for them, is to see how far they have achieved the vote share target that they may have internally set for themselves.
Right.
In terms of number of seats, I don't see a very significant number of seats. 1 or 2 is possible. It's very difficult to rule out, because there are individual factors, candidates play a role, all of these things. So it's very difficult to rule out 1 or 2 seats, because the BJP on its own has managed to win
Well,
seats.
sir, you were asking where are the 10%? There is a 10% drop here. There is a 10% gap there. Where is the BJP vote that's come? Now there is a 10% plus in Chennai. 10% plus at a time when the ADMK has not been able to push the level it is, and it's a three-cornered fight and not a two-way fight. So clearly there has to be some change on ground, and there are voters who were disaffected the last time around who have now found interest and who have come back into the fray. You have to make that assumption, and you have to give some ground for that point.
One constituency in Chennai, the winning candidate secured 62% of the vote. In another constituency in Chennai, the winning candidate got 57%.
That does not mean that candidate is going to repeat that performance. You are making an assumption that candidate is going to repeat that perception. And in 2019, where Annamalai was very candid that the anti-Modi perception wave sentiment in Tamil Nadu was at an all-time high. The sentiment this time around, you would also accept, is different in 2024, 5 years down the line, because the rallies of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, his roadshow in Chennai, did draw crowds, and there was attention to what he has said. And of course, there is a lot that the BJP has also done. Ajay Alok, how would you want to look at Tamil Nadu, and do you think that's going to set the tone for the next phases, phase 2, phase 3 and thereafter? Tehseen, coming to you after that. Ji.
Well, you have to, if you think of Tamil Nadu, you have to look into totality. Like what you were speaking to Annamalai, he explained you very nicely that in 2019 they rode a anti-Modi wave, and it was primarily because we realized that it's because of our alliance with the AIADMK, and he was brave enough to cut off that alliance. Today we are not with any carry-on baggage. And let's not forget that Tamil Nadu has always witnessed a Periyar and an Annamalai 60 years ago, and today again they are witnessing another Periyar and a new Annamalai. We are not forming any different kind of policies here. It's according to the needs of Tamil Nadu. And the kind of euphoria our state president has generated and the Prime Minister has generated with this continuous endeavor, and we as a BJP workers have been working over ground. We are 24/7 political party. It's not like we got activated only during elections. For the past 5 years, every nook and corner and every block of the Tamil Nadu has been covered. Like what my friend right now said, that yes, 1 or 2 seats is not ruling out, but increase of vote percentage is there. So everybody in this panel gives us a fair chance in Tamil Nadu. Now my state president says that we are going to be in double digit and our vote share will be somewhere between 20 to 25%. Right now we are 0. So in any number of seats, if you take on the law of predictability, you will be somewhere around 8 to 12.
Correct.
Don't you think that is a big achievement?
But here there is another
1 year.
If you see the number on your screen,
the Vidhan Sabha elections.
Ajay ji, if you see the number on your screen, 2014 the voter turnout was 73.68. BJP was nowhere in the picture. There was no three-cornered fight there. 2019 it was 71.87, so nearly 72%. And 2024 it's 72.09%. So is Tamil Nadu just holding its average? And if Tamil Nadu is just holding its average, where is the BJP vote share? Here is another question that will come. So is it part of that same mix? Because if there is a significant addition to the BJP vote share, then there should also be a 5-6% bump up from the 2014-2019 number of 72-73%. That's not there so far. Although these are numbers till 7 p.m. I must qualify that.
That's not there, definitely. You are right. That's what Mr. Annamalai answered you. That one Dravidian party vote bank got completely shifted. And the upsurge from 2019, from 2014, the 8 to 9% average upsurge in the Tamil Nadu voting pattern, it does give an indication, and we are very confident because see, we are a very organized party. Like by tomorrow morning 8 o'clock, we'll have a figure of every booth how much we have polled, because we have Panna Pramukh who are going to prepare the reports and send it to us. So Annamalai will be in a better position to tell you exactly how many seats we are winning by tomorrow by 11 o'clock, because we'll have a detailed booth-wise report from every constituency, which no party has right now, except for BJP.
But
that's why our prediction is always
what Annamalai is saying, Swapanji, and what Tehseen, coming to you after this, if what Annamalai is saying, Swapanji, and what Ajay Alok is saying, then
sorry, I didn't hear what Ajay Alok said.
Sorry. So can we increase the levels for our studio guests? They cannot hear what our guests sitting outside are saying. We've tried to work this out. I'm going to request the tech team to do this ASAP. Let me just bring, is this a Bengal model that's happening? That the left vote shifts entirely away towards the BJP, whereas the Trinamool continues to hold on to its own voter base. So is this what that's happening? Is the party that Annamalai didn't mention, the ADMK, where the vote shift is happening towards the BJP?
See, in Bengal, if you take the Bengal analogy, in Bengal, the BJP was the third party in 2014. It was a respectable third party, but it was a third party nevertheless. In 2019, what happened, which made all the new difference, was that the left votes were squeezed.
Right.
They were squeezed out really.
Huh.
And as a result, the BJP managed to emerge as the runners-up or the winner in most constituencies. It became the second party. Now, if the ADMK vote collapses, then that goes in favor of the BJP. That's really the best news for the BJP. But if the ADMK still manages to retain a share of its 27% vote which it had earlier, then I think it's clean sweep for the DMK.
Clean sweep for the DMK.
You know, that's how the work. That's how arithmetic works.
Because remember, even in Kerala in the past, the BJP has been winning in several seats, at least 5 or 6 seats, 25 to 28, even in one seat to 31-32% of the vote, but not winning. Because in this kind of a scenario, you know, that matters. I think Swapan is right about it. Depends on the whether the ADMK cadre will collapse and to what extent any kind of BJP inroad.
So actually, Annamalai must be praying that, you know, the unnamed party becomes an invisible party.
No, that's not going to be so easy because
It's not going to be so easy,
they've
but
also put
that's what he hopes.
they are also quite strong organizationally on ground, and to weed them out or to override
It's a long
unless
tradition
the voter has made a mind that they want two clear ideologies. One is the nationalist ideology or a Hindutva nationalist driven ideology that the BJP espouses, and the other one is the Periyar inspired DMK platform. So then there are two clear platforms. The ADMK somewhere looked confused. Tehseen Poonawalla, where would you stand on this one? That the vote surge between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. takes the average up on par, and does that bode well for the challenger? How would you look at Tamil Nadu, and will that set the tone for the rest of the country?
Thank you so much finally for coming to me after 30 minutes. I'll make a couple of points. I was just...
Sometimes patience bears fruit, Tehseen, not that you were never acknowledged. And I'll give you an uninterrupted time now. I won't interrupt you again. Go ahead, please.
No, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. But while I took advantage of that to actually check, and Dr. Suman will bear with me, Chennai in 2019. And do you know, Anand, in the last 2 hours, the voting surged up even in Chennai. And by and large, the reports that have come in from the Election Commission to 2019 seems to be the same as what the voting percentage is last time. So it's about maybe another 1% increase that will be. So Chennai generally, because the voting happens in April, May, and it's so humid, the last 2 hours is when the voting goes up. So in any case, I think you're reading too much into it. So I'm sorry about that. Second thing, let me put my money where my mouth is.
Right.
I promise you this. I promise you this. The BJP in Tamil Nadu will get as many seats as the Honorable Prime Minister's press conferences. 0. Yes, the BJP is a growing force in Tamil Nadu. Yes, their vote percentage will increase. Yes, Annamalai is making an impact. All of that is true, and yet it's a paradox. The BJP will not gain seats this time. In the future, of course, the BJP will gain. 10 years ago, 12 years ago, you would have told me, will BJP be governing Assam 2 times, Haryana 2 times, number 2 party in Odisha, West Bengal? No. Will the BJP gain in Kerala, Tamil Nadu? Yes. Is it happening this time? No. Now to the third point. These 102 seats has the BJP rattled. The top leadership is rattled with what's happened. It's a sweep against the BJP. The fact that these last 2 hours people have come out and voted anti-BJP, the BJP is in a very bad position, whether it's Maharashtra, whether it's Tamil Nadu, and they will not repeat the 30-odd seats they got last time. In fact, they're devastated. And I can say for a fact, BJP will not even emerge
So who's winning all
as
these
the single
seats?
largest party.
So who is winning all these seats? Because there were 36 seats last time around out of 102
36.
that were neither won by the Congress, nor by the DMK, nor by the BJP. They were won by others. So who's winning those 36 seats? Plus, sir, the last time around, if you remember, the Congress was 16. The BJP was 39. The DMK did better than the Congress with 24. So who's winning those seats? Please tell me. As emphatically you said that BJP is not winning it, who's winning it?
The India Alliance is sweeping these elections. These 102 has gone to the India Alliance. By and large, they've got a majority of it. By tomorrow, 11 o'clock, I can tell you what the seats the India Alliance is getting. But I can make seeing what's happened in the first phase, seeing this last-minute surge of dedicated India Alliance voters coming out and dedicated voters throughout the BJP, one thing that's happening for sure, the BJP will not even end up as the single largest party after 2024.
BJP will not even end up as a single largest
Yes.
party after
As a
2020.
single largest party.
2020. And
Yes.
he's saying it with a straight face, Ajay Alok. So take him
Absolutely.
seriously.
Looking
So
at
take
you
him
in the
seriously,
eye and
Ajay
saying
Alok. Yeah.
I see so much optimism in negativity today.
Tausif is also with us.
Wow.
Beg your pardon, Tausif. I'll come to you in just a bit. Yes, Ajay Alok, please complete.
No, Anand, I see so much optimism in negativity also. That's good. But where is this they're driving to? Like, I'll just give you a small example. Today, UP, 8 seats went to the poll. We are winning all 8. Uttarakhand, we are winning all 5. Madhya Pradesh, we are winning all 6. Rajasthan, 12, all 12. I'm just giving you the counting. Last time also we were 39.
UP 8
Last
seats,
time also
what
we
are
were
you
39.
saying? RLD is no longer with the INDI alliance, but despite that, it's SP and Congress which is winning all the 8 seats in Uttar Pradesh. Because BSP is also not with you. BSP has got its own. So there is no way that BJP, RLD combined NDA can win all 8 seats in Western Uttar Pradesh, according to Tehseen Poonawalla. He said it with a
Poonawalla doesn't understand one thing. When BSP and SP together with a very large force and with the RLD, what we were fighting in 2019, today Congress does not have even a 1% vote share of their own. Whatever they have, they are at the mercy of Samajwadi Party. This is the hard truth on the ground if you go there. Tehseen, where he comes from, Maharashtra, 5 seats went to the poll, all 5 coming to us. Tehseen knows this, but he'll keep on smiling and he'll just give you, I promise you, and promise you. Because he has so much of optimism and negativity because he can't stand Modi ji. This is his problem. With so much achievements under the PM, he says this is what the PM has given to country. That's what Tamil Nadu will give the PM too. That is 0. So his concept is 0. Our concept is progressive. I don't want to go and compare what Congress is going to do and what DMK is going to do. We are here to make our line longer.
आप अपनी लंबाई
line is longer in all the states that we have got.
You are focusing on what you are doing and they are also focusing on what you are doing. So everybody is focusing on what you are doing.
No, they are focusing.
That's exactly what's happening.
No, they are not focused. They are not focused. Exactly. They are focusing on what we are doing. They are not focusing how they should improve themselves.
Let me ask
Congress is going to be abysmally low, less than maybe 40.
Let me ask Tausif, if by dawn on the 20th of April there is talk of what's happened in phase 1, how much of it is it going to affect going forward, especially with what's happening in Tamil Nadu? Do you see a similar story as in 2019 that happened with the BJP in Bengal? Tausif, thank you for your patience. No. For a second, we thought that we lost you, that you're back here on the window, so we know you're there. Go ahead, please.
So 2019 was different scenario. 2019 was the best that the BJP could ever get. So now BJP is past that. From here onward, the seats have to go down because there is no other way. In spite of being 10 years in power, and in spite of using all the agencies, ED, CBI, IT, the India Alliance has been able to put up a great show. Just look at the voting trend, look at the candidates. For example, I'm telling you in Bengal, BJP claimed that they will increase their number from 18 to 22 or maybe even more. But they have not been able to field the entire 42 candidates in all the seats in Bengal. Just 3 days before the first phase of election, the final candidate list was out. They were fielding the final candidates just 3 days before the start of the election. So on ground, the picture is different, but on TV and on the when you follow the statements by the BJP leaders, they are optimistic. They will be talking positively. But you can see from talking about Vikas, from talking about Kala Dhan, now they have fallen into Hindu-Muslim Mandir Masjid. That's the sign that they are losing.
आप एक बात बताओ, how do you guys do this? You script the narrative according to who you're talking about. So when it came to 2021 Bengal elections, you said सारे ticket पे दीदी है. How does it matter कौन candidate है? Because on all tickets it is Didi, it is Mamata Banerjee on all the tickets. When it comes to Lok Sabha, where PM Modi himself is saying आपका हर एक वोट मेरे पास आता है, don't worry about the candidate, trust me. सारे ticket पे मोदी है. then you turn it around and say, "Arey, they didn't even decide their candidate." So I'm just saying, this is this is a class act, and I was hand you that. This is a class act. When it comes to Didi, it's all about Didi. When it comes to Modi, it's all about the local candidate. So you twist the argument based on who we are talking about. We'll just pause here, ladies and gentlemen, and to our viewers, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, what will phase 1 do and how will it translate towards phase 2? That's on the 26th. And the impact of it. We'll start with Tausif and take it into our studio with the promise that our studio guests will be able to hear who are outside loud and clear. Stay with us.
लाखों की
Ready? I will talk to English separately, sir. Now Tamil.
சந்திரனா உங்களுக்கு என்னன்னா கீழ இருக்கணும் சந்திரனா கரெக்டா இப்படி வைங்க கீழ வைங்க லோ கீழ வைங்க அதான்
அன்பார்ந்த பத்திரிகை நண்பர்களுக்கு எங்களுடைய காலை வணக்கத்தை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கின்றோம். இந்த அற்புதமான நன்னாளில் தேர்தல் திருவிழா நாளில் நாம் அனைவரும் கூட நம்முடைய ஜனநாயக கடமையை ஆட்ட வேண்டும். காரணம், ஜனநாயகத்தினுடைய வலிமை என்பது வாக்காளர் பெருமக்கள் மட்டும்தான்.
Exercise our democratic
வாக்காளர்
duty.
பெருமகன் முடிவு செய்கின்றார்கள்.
The voter ultimately decides who will rule on him or her. Good people have to come forward.
ஒரு தொப்புள் கொடி உறவு இருக்க வேண்டும். அதனால் சிந்தித்து எல்லோரும் வாக்களிப்போம். நான் என்னுடைய ஜனநாயக கடமையை ஆட்டியிருக்கிறேன்.
I have just exercised.
पूरी कर्नाटक की जनता मोदी जी को तीसरी बार प्रधानमंत्री देखना चाहती है.
தோல்வி அதிகம் இருந்ததுனால தான் அவங்க திருப்பி தமிழ்நாடு வந்துட்டு இருந்தாங்க.
The BJP was so confident of getting 300 or 400 seats. Why would they want to break the opposition, take Congress leader?
India has not been able to do a rally. वोट अपील नहीं कर पा रहे, कैंडिडेट नहीं तय आप कर पा रहे.
लोग पूरी तरह से आश्वस्त हैं कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी को 370 सीटों पर विजय मिलेगी.
He was asked क्या अमेठी से आप चुनाव लड़ेंगे? Is the party wanting to contest? The answer is yes.
People of Tamil Nadu want to strengthen Modi ji's hand when Modi ji is going to come back with 400 plus.
We are doing very well, and it could be a 40-40, that is 39 plus quantity.
Ready?
I will talk to English separately, sir. Now Tamil.
சந்திரனா உங்களுக்கு என்னன்னா கீழ இருக்கணும் சந்திரனா கரெக்டா இப்படி வைங்க கீழ வைங்க லோ கீழ வைங்க அதான்
அன்பார்ந்த பத்திரிகை நண்பர்களுக்கு எங்களுடைய காலை வணக்கத்தை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கின்றோம். இந்த அற்புதமான நன்னாளில் தேர்தல் திருவிழா நாளில் நாம் அனைவரும் கூட நம்முடைய ஜனநாயக கடமையை ஆட்ட வேண்டும். காரணம், ஜனநாயகத்தினுடைய வலிமை என்பது வாக்காளர் பெருமக்கள் மட்டும்தான்.
Exercise our democratic
வாக்காளர்
duty.
பெருமகன் முடிவு செய்கின்றார்கள்.
The voter ultimately decides who will rule on him or her. Good people have to come forward. I have just exercised my democratic right. This is where my booth is, Uttupatti in Karur. I am asking all people across the state of Tamil Nadu to come early in the morning in Back on, ladies and gentlemen, as we continue the conversation, just a quick perspective. 21 states and union territories were involved in the ballot process in the phase 1. 102 seats across, and let's look at some of the key seats that we looked. Tamil Nadu, all 39 seats. Rajasthan, 12 out of the 25, where it was a direct fight between the BJP and the Congress party. Uttar Pradesh had 8 seats. Madhya Pradesh had 6. Maharashtra had 5. Bihar, 4. Assam 4, West Bengal 3, Jammu Kashmir 1, that is Udhampur, and of course, if you look at the 2019 lens, the NDA won an overall of 46 out of these 102 with a vote share of 42.45%. The INDI alliance had 49 seats with a vote share of 39.96. So, like we said, this is the phase where the BJP has to go aggressive. It's not defending. It's defending less, and it's got to poach more if it needs to get that number. Let's go across to our guests, Nalin Mehta, Swapan Dachgupta, with us here in the studio, and we have Tausif Khan, Ajay Alok, Tehseen Poonawalla and Sumant Raman. Let's quickly take this conversation forward, and I hope, gentlemen, you'll be able to hear our guests from outside. Tausif, we'll start with you because we made you wait the most. Now, this phase, if the BJP starts gaining, does that then cause worries for the opposition? For the Trinamool, if we take Bengal, for instance, these 3 seats, do they set the tone? It's North Bengal, and all right, we'll work this out. There's still, let's say, 39 seats to go.
No. You see, it is generally said that going by the 2019 results and even thereafter, that BJP has some hope in North Bengal. This is generally understood and accepted by all. But you see the drastic change that has happened in Bengal today in these 3 polling booths, in these 3 constituencies, and all of it is a scheduled caste and scheduled tribe constituencies. In Alipurduar, BJP candidate Manoj Tigga did not find even a single person to sit on his booth. He did not find a single polling agent. The polling agent in his own constituency, in his own booth, was empty. This is the scenario in Alipurduar just about an hour ago.
I have to hand it over to you because you corrected yourself. You almost said missing and then you said he was not there. They didn't find him.
No. What I meant is there's no booth agents. There are no polling agents of BJP candidate. The polling booth of which is supposed to be filled with BJP worker is empty when people are going to cast their vote.
This is first time in Bengal. Perhaps this can happen only in Bengal where they say, "Acha, violence nahi hua, polling agent missing tha." But baad mein mil gaya. But that's par for course in Bengal.
Yeah, the problem with Bengal is the biggest challenge first is how do you have a free and fair election.
देखिए ये कह रहे हैं कि बीजेपी का पोलिंग बूथ ही खाली था, पोलिंग एजेंट नहीं, कोई भी नहीं देगा. He's showing pictures.
This is what the Trinamool spokesman has been saying today. He's a bit of a loudmouth. So I do tend to discount quite a lot that there are no polling agents. There must be at least 200 to 300 booths in that constituency. No polling agents for the BJP. Even I would find that a bit hard to swallow. So, the point is, in some places there was probably no BJP agent.
Correct.
That happens. It has happened. It happened in 2019 also.
Yeah, but
people came with Trinamool flags and came and voted for them.
Came with Trinamool flags and voted.
No polling agent. You are willing to discount the candidates were fielded just 3 days before. That also you don't want to acknowledge.
You cannot have 3 days before candidates because it takes at least 3 weeks to actually register yourself as a candidate and 3 weeks of time. Please get your basic,
please, no,
basic
please tell
facts,
me,
right?
when was the
Basic
Diamond
facts,
Harbour
right?
candidate announced? Please tell me. When was the
Basic
Diamond
things,
Harbour
right.
candidate announced?
No,
If you, sir, if you are, if you're
nomination
not aware of the fact,
nomination तो 3 हफ्ते पहले फाइल करना पड़ेगा ना, तो then that means you have to announce your candidate 3 weeks before at least. So it cannot be 3 days before. It cannot be.
Please,
you may say 3 days before nomination. 3
You
days
see,
before
for
nomination.
for the
filed
seventh
is
phase,
what
for the seventh phase, you can have your candidates now.
3 days before the first phase of polling has started. When
But
was
3
the,
days,
when
that
was
is
the-
for the next
when
phase.
was the
Baat ka
Diamond
phase,
Harbour-
in your own alliance, sir, Amethi Raebareli has not yet been announced. And today, Mamata Banerjee has said Congress and Trinamool Congress are not in alliance at all in Bengal. Every vote for Congress is equal to 2 votes for the BJP. That's what Ms. Mamata Banerjee has said. थोड़ा अपने गिरेबान में भी झांक के देख लो before you throw stones at others, sir. Please see what's going on. Ajay Alok, but please respond. North Bengal again, is there anti-incumbency against the BJP? 3 seats which you believe अपने जेब में वो भी फिसल रहा है क्या?
See, the North Bengal today is all the 3 seats we are going to win comfortably. There is no doubt about it. This Tosif also knows. And since his party is full of contradictions, he doesn't know what to say. When Mamata Banerjee says in Bengal, TMC is India, and Congress is not going to win even 40 seats, then Taseen will not say anything. She will say Mamata is very dear. And she will do very good because they are not scared of losing themselves. They are rather happy if TMC wins and they lose all. So this is the contradiction within the India alliance when we are not concerned about it.
Sir, they are very
the
focused.
final figure will show.
Ajay ji, they
the
are very
final figure
focused.
will
No
show in
matter
Bengal
what happens.
that how significantly we are going to gain.
हम तो डूबे सनम तुम्हें भी ले डूबेंगे या फिर मैं तो जीतूंगा नहीं लेकिन तुम्हें भी जीतने नहीं दूंगा. That's the case. They are very clear. No matter what, BJP should not win. The INDI alliances has all come together only because they don't want BJP to win. So that's their focus.
There is no INDI alliance in West Bengal. There is no INDI alliance. Look at the daily dictums of Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, you will find what kind of alliance they have.
So that should make you happy because if their vote share
this is not our
consolidates,
concern.
if their vote share consolidates, then you will be sweating.
But there is an alliance which consists of people
See,
fighting
it's not
with
a matter
each
of
other.
vote share
alliance-
consolidating.
I mean, you can
Their
always
vote
claim
share
it's
is
an
already
alliance.
consolidated.
You can claim it's an understanding, you can claim.
Their vote share is
in
already.
order to retain the left votes, so that the left vote does not go to the BJP, they have put up the candidate, and this will help the India alliance in Bengal to get more and more seats.
Nalin Mehta is asking how.
Unlike in 2019, when the left vote went to BJP in the 2019. This year they are going to retain it, and
Sir,
you will see the result.
Nalin Mehta is asking how, and thereafter.
Even the panchayat election results show. No, even the panchayat election results show
This I don't understand.
left votes have increased.
Nalin Mehta wants to say something, and thereafter, then we'll go to Tehseen, who can find logic even when nobody can find anything. He can find meaning even in a plain piece of paper. So that's his ability. So we'll go to that in just a bit. Yes.
I'm just saying that, look, everybody can have a different point of view or opposing political point of view, but let's stick to some basic facts. You can't have candidates being announced long after the last date has passed. And similarly, I don't understand this logic, how this can be done, the current argument. So how?
No, he's saying you had announced the candidate for the next phase just 3 days before phase 1. You couldn't decide who will fight in Diamond Harbour.
The Diamond Harbour is the 7th phase.
Yeah, so that's fine. It's well within the.
So that logic does not work with the BJP, sir, but it works with the Congress when it says Wayanad हो जाने तो उसके बाद Amethi Raebareli बात करेंगे. Tehseen, you allow me some aji-bajis with you and some jives, but it's all in good faith, okay? Please, and you're a good friend. I'll qualify. I'll say that also. Yes, Tehseen, go ahead. Please.
Anand, I like the way you always jive at Tehseen, then you say, "Oh, you're a good friend."
So, but he is. He is. Yes, go ahead.
But you see, Nalin, he's right that I can find logic even in an empty blank page, because an empty blank page is exactly precisely what this present union government has represented for 10 years. When you ask them what are their achievements, they'll show you empty blank page. And that is why the BJP has resorted to desperateness. Now, my friend Ajay Alokji, I have a lot
So
of
there is
respect for
one
him.
more place currently where it's an empty blank page. Who's the Congress's candidate for Amethi and Raebareli?
No, that is a strategy. The empty blank page, what you're saying is one side of it. Behind is the names written which Tessie knows, and I'll break it on your show. I promise you that. Don't see one side. See all
what is the strategy?
But may I tell one thing? Ajay Alokji was like, I'm negative because I want the Prime Minister to be in. So Ajay Alokji, I have a lot of respect for you, you're my friend.
No, I just want to, just a question to you.
Of course I want a Prime Minister to lose. I am on Anand's show because I want him to lose. If I wanted him to win, I'd be on your side.
There is a new term in this election.
Make no mistake. BJP has to lose for India to progress. So I want BJP.
There is a new term in this election for Congress.
Positivity, sir.
Okay. The Ajay Alok
They are this time in 2024. They are creating election martyrs. People who are not interested in contesting election, but they are being forced into elections. See people like Digvijay Singh, Khacharivas, and then JP Agrawal. All these will be new term coined. Election martyrs. Because Congress is not finding candidate. Robert Vadra is asking for ticket, you are not giving him. What's your problem? Please go and advocate for him.
I mean, isn't this you're contradicting yourself? You're saying one Congress is not finding candidates. फिर एक बेचारा रॉबर्ट आके कह रहे हैं मुझे टिकट दे, आप कह रहे हैं उसको नहीं दे रहे टिकट, तो आप ही कॉन्ट्रडिक्ट हो रहे हैं.
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है जिसको मेरे उनका कहना है जिसको लड़वाना चाहते हैं वो लड़ना नहीं चाहते, जिसको नहीं लड़वाना चाहते वो लड़ना चाहते हैं. That's what Ajay Alok is trying to say. Yes, Sumant Raman.
Yes, they are coining.
I don't know whether you noticed it today, but today right through on multiple channels, reporters kept poking the mics at voters outside the booths and asking them what are the issues, and what will you be voting for, hoping for possible responses. And the responses were quite you could see there was some disquiet, there was some anger, and so very often we had the reporter quickly pulling the mic back and going to the next person because they were not getting the kind of responses that they were hoping for. So something is happening on the ground. People are starting to think about local issues, think about candidates, think about things, bread and butter issues as well. So I think that the situation which existed maybe in January this year, where it was nearly a foregone conclusion whether it is 350 or 370 or 380, I think that has changed. I'm not sure how much that has changed by, but that has certainly changed. And today we are in a pitched battle in multiple states, including in Maharashtra, including in Bengal, including in Karnataka, including in Telangana, many states, Bihar, where seats which were once thought are a done deal
with due respect, sir, are you trying to convince yourself or somebody else?
I'm not trying to convince. I'm just telling you what
I'm just asking you that.
No. You see the article of Harish Kare today. He said the same thing.
If, as Mr. Raman claims, the voters who were interviewed after voting or before voting expressed their great disquiet over local issues, certainly that's a very bad news for the DMK. I mean, it's alarming. Alarming because it seems that the sort of anti-Dravidian mood has got tailored into an anti-incumbency. I'm not suggesting that is what happened, but I'm just merely going by the logic of what this man is saying.
No. This is not. I am not referring to Tamil Nadu alone. This was in Rajasthan. This was in Uttar Pradesh.
Rajasthan, the worrying feature for the BJP is the fact that the turnout has been abysmal. And I think that is something which is really something which they'll have to look at very seriously.
Sir, in Rajasthan,
I've got viewers who are watching this broadcast and they have done their research, especially with Coimbatore. See, the story in Tamil Nadu, I'm going back to Tamil Nadu, is because the story is Coimbatore, the ADMK fortress, and they are saying 2019 voter turnout 63.6%, 2021 voter turnout 68.32%, 2024 voter turnout 71.17%. So between 2019 to 2024, the Lok Sabha itself, there is an 8% uptick. 8% uptick that's come in Coimbatore and Kovai. And their thing is, this is the Annamalai vote. This is the Annamalai impact in Kovai. That's what people who are watching this broadcast have just messaged and said, this is what is the, sir, you must call it out, that in Coimbatore there is something that's happening. So something is going to happen on ground, as Suman Singh Raman says. But people are trying to believe this way, the BJP is trying to believe that way, but something is happening. The voter, largely हमको क्या लगा ठंडा election है, voter बाहर आके vote करेगा कि नहीं करेगा. But proud of all the voters in phase 1 because it's a 70% plus overall voter turnout, which is very, very encouraging. Especially in Tamil Nadu, it's held the average. Across the country, we've seen, despite a hot day, more people coming in. And these numbers will only go up, ladies and gentlemen, because the final ballot has cast only when we went on air. Thank you. Yes, quickly.
It's also very important to point out, Anand, that like we said at the beginning of the show, there has been a narrative before the election that somehow the election is illegitimate, somehow there is no contest and all of that. And therefore these turnout numbers are very important because the turnout numbers are cumulatively across all the states today are higher than what it was in 2019 in these seats.
Correct.
And in Tamil Nadu they're significantly higher.
Especially Chennai.
So while the election looked a bit traveling, but the percentage numbers show that. There is a contest on the ground and it is as vibrant a contest as ever before.
Correct, sir. It suddenly becomes very, very exciting. Not a very thanda as it is. Something tells me, Sumanthi Raman, you and me should have a bet, sir. And on the 4th of June, we should. Oh, yes. We should. Especially with Tamil Nadu.
What's his number?
Both him and Tehseen have said 0 for the BJP. So even if the BJP gets 1, they've lost the bet.
Anand,
now he's correcting.
No. I've always maintained the same thing. It is possible for them to win 1 seat. I'm not saying that it will always be 0.
All right.
But they're not going to win more than 1. That's my point.
Okay, so if it is more than 1, again, now he said this. He said this on record. You're all witness. We're going to take a short break on that. We're going to wind up on that note. When we come back, we'll try and play out that conversation, exclusive conversation with Annamalai we had just right at the top of this broadcast. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Ready?
I will talk to English separately, sir. Now Tamil.
சந்திரனா உங்களுக்கு போட்டு என்னன்னா கீழ இருக்கணும் சந்திரனா கரெக்டா இப்படி வைங்க கீழ வைங்க கீழ வைங்க
அன்பார்ந்த பத்திரிகை நண்பர்களுக்கு எங்களுடைய காலை வணக்கத்தை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கின்றோம். இந்த அற்புதமான நன்னாளில் தேர்தல் திருவிழா நாளில் நாம் அனைவரும் கூட நம்முடைய ஜனநாயக கடமையை ஆட்ட வேண்டும். காரணம் ஜனநாயகத்தினுடைய வலிமை என்பது வாக்காளர் பெருமக்கள் மட்டும்தான்.
Exercise our democratic
வாக்காளர்
duty.
பெருமகன் முடிவு செய்கின்றார்கள்.
The voter ultimately decides who will rule on him or her. Good people have to come forward.
எப்பொழுதும் ஒரு தொப்புள் கொடி உறவு இருக்க வேண்டும். அதனால் சிந்தித்து எல்லோரும் வாக்களிப்போம். நான் என்னுடைய ஜனநாயக கடமையை ஆட்டியிருக்கின்றேன்.
I have just exercised
an unprecedented and historic election. A vote that decides Bharat's quest for greatness.
A mandate that paves the way for 1 billion aspirations.
A verdict the world is watching closely.
A battle for a rising Bharat's glorious future. Battle for Bharat. Elections equals CNN News 18. Go powered by.
Ready?
I will talk to English separately, sir. Now Tamil.
கீழே வைங்க சந்திரனே இப்படி வைங்க கீழே வைங்க சந்திரனா உங்களுக்கு போட்டு என்னன்னா கீழே இருக்கணும் சந்திரனா கரெக்டா இப்படி வைங்க கீழே வைங்க லோ கீழே வைங்க அதான்
அன்பார்ந்த பத்திரிகை நண்பர்களுக்கு பத்திரிகை நண்பர்களுக்கு எங்களுடைய காலை வணக்கத்தை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கின்றோம். இந்த அற்புதமான நன்னாளில் தேர்தல் திருவிழா நாளில் நாம் அனைவரும் கூட நம்முடைய ஜனநாயக கடமையை ஆட்ட வேண்டும். காரணம், இந்த ஜனநாயகத்தினுடைய வலிமை என்பது வாக்காளர் பெருமக்கள் மட்டும்தான்.
Exercise our democratic
வாக்காளர்
duty.
பெருமகன் முடிவு செய்கின்றார்கள்.
The voter ultimately decides who will rule on him or her. Good people have to come forward. Good evening, this is Brass Tacks. I'm Zakir Jacob. The first phase of elections, Lok Sabha 2024, is done and dusted, folks. This was easily the toughest phase for the BJP. Back in 2019, the BJP won just 39 out of the 102 seats that polled today, just about a third or so. If you look at further phases, second, third, fourth, fifth phases, the BJP has won a substantially higher proportion of seats compared to the ones that are going to polls. So the phase 1 seats were the toughest for the BJP. So if the BJP has to win either 370 on its own or 400 for the NDA, it needed to do well in this phase. And one of the big states that voted entirely in this phase is the state of Tamil Nadu, where, as our viewers know, the BJP, led by Prime Minister Modi, has been making a concerted push to try and breach the Dravidian fortress. We will find out during the course of Brass Tacks how this phase went, particularly in Tamil Nadu, because the BJP is hoping to gain far more than just the 39 seats that they did last time around. And if they have to do that, they have to do well in the state of Tamil Nadu. It's the biggest single chunk of seats that have gone today to polls. Has that eventually happened? It's not just an increase in vote share, but are we looking at a conversion of vote share to seat share? Is it happening on the ground? If it is, then it's going to be tectonic. And if it is not, then it's going to be more of the same. And that means it's going to be much more of an uphill task from phases 2 to 7 for the BJP to get to 370 or 400. But first, the story of phase 1 of the elections today.